Hello everybody and welcome back. This account is hot off the presses. It came in yesterday around about 8:40 p.m. And it had happened in the middle of the night, so late Sunday night, early Monday morning, about 3:30 in the morning, in an area in north west Lancashire, not too far from me, between Warrington and Manchester. So here's the account. In the early hours of the morning, on the 11th of the 6th, 2018, a van driver travelling on the road between Warrington and Manchester, going about his normal nightly routes, saw something crossing the road in front of him that he cannot explain. The creature, described as dog-like but bigger than a horse and moving fast, shocked the driver. When describing the speed, he said it dusted out of sight in seconds. The sighting has left the man confused as to what he saw and how it could have moved away from him so fast. The road itself runs between two nature parks and is surrounded by other strange accounts of skulking road-crossing creatures and prowls, and there's one just a bit further up the road of a strange creature. And the driver himself has no prior interest in cryptids, not strange creatures or anything out of the norm, not even the paranormal. And to be honest, he was very sceptical of a family member who had, in the past, spoke about a sighting of something unexplained they once had. He now feels a little less sceptical, no doubt. And this is what he had to say. I want to report something that happened last night when I was on my route. I was out on the road about 3 a.m. this morning, the 11th of the 6th, 18. I had my lights on, of course, and the road was empty of traffic. But as I passed the Birchwood Forest Park on the A547, something crossed the road in front of me. It was moving on all fours, and it was massive, at least as big as a horse. But this thing ran like a dog. Thank God it kept moving and stayed on all fours, because upright it would have been at least 9 foot tall, he explained. It was dark, so no precise colour, but it was huge. Honestly, it spooked the heart of me. I did stop and look where it was, and I couldn't see it anywhere. It had moved off that fast. Now, the A574 Birchwood Road runs through the forest part there, and that was where it was coming from. It was as big as a horse, but looked and moved more like a dog of some kind. Well, I'm still freaked out by all this, and I felt a bit off since last night, and a bit lightheaded. I keep thinking about it, and the fact that when I stopped to look where it was, it had gone. It should have been in sight, but it dusted, as he put it. Now, Birchwood and Risley are new towns and were built to accommodate overspill between the 1960s and 70s in the northwest of England. So, known as new towns, they are built on old mining or agricultural land, no longer used. So they're normally surrounded by fields and woodlands, and the River Mersey itself runs by here and a number of brooks. And this account is very similar to a road-crossing, skulking creature just to the south by a few miles in Tatton. This creature was described as belly-crawling across the road and all one dark colour, which happened only 3 years ago in 2015. And that witness did describe the creature as almost lynx-like, but it belly-crawled across the road in front of his vehicle whilst he was sat with his dog inside the car. And this is what he said. I was on my way to Northwich in Cheshire last spring when my Land Rover broke down, and we were in the countryside next to a large stately home I used to work for called Tatton Estates. Just me and the dog in the car, and we had to wait on this country road between two woods for the rescue truck. Well, the sun went down and I turned the lights on so any other traffic could see the car, as there are no street lights. And it began to rain. My dog kept looking out into the woods to our left, and he was whining. But we'd been in the car now 2 hours, so I just put it down to that. Just then, a thing, I have no clue what it was, crossed the road right on the edge of the truck's lights. I could only just see it crawl like it was on its belly, across the road and over into the woods on the other side. It was fur-covered, light brown, or just brown, but as it was so dark, I could only just see it. I assume it was lighter, but my mind said, what the hell am I looking at? For another hour, I racked my brains trying to place this creature. It crawled like a soldier on its belly, and I can't remember seeing a tail, and it was big, but at least as big as a man. That park is full of deer and pheasant, and I'm not sure to this day what I saw. It moved like a skulking cat, but the size was too large, and its belly must have been touching the ground. My lights at this point were getting dim, and the battery was drained, so it was not clear. It was very fast, not slow like a person, but it did have arms and legs, so that's why I said it crawled like a man. But after thinking, I did go down the big cat route, because what else could it have been? I did a sketch that I can't find at the moment, and the sketch was of a Sasquatch crawling on its belly, and I remember thinking it looked like what I had seen that day. So, what's skulking about in Cheshire, shall we say? Well, I don't know, and I'm really grateful to the young man that came forward with the account. And as it's new, some new information might come forward, or he might never speak of it again, we don't know. But luckily, we've got a researcher that's in touch with him, and is going to, counsel him kind of thing, and we've already let him know that there are other accounts in the area, and of course, that there are many other witnesses that are seeing these dark, creatures out there on the road. I didn't notice, he said dog-like, didn't he? He never said a tail. That kind of, I checked and I checked and I checked and I looked, and for all he said, he walked across the road dog-like, and it was large and it was dog-like. He didn't say anything about a tail, but that might be something that comes out in, at another day. I'm not sure, but I will let you know if it does. So until next time, thank you very much for joining me. Good night.